Festivus for the rest of us.
That's it. Anybody know what a Festivus Pole is? I guess if you watched Seinfeld, probably did. By the way, Seinfeld and Larry David got the idea from someone that they knew that had a Festivus Pole up since the 1960s.
Since the 60s?
Yeah, that's right.
So before
Seinfeld.
What is it? Not Ramadan. Which is the new one that they celebrate around?
Oh yeah, there's another one. It's not Ramadan. Is not that one. It's the one. Yeah, the one thing they made up.
The African American holiday thing.
Kwanzaa. That's it.
That was made up like in the late 60s,
Yeah,
early 70s.
yeah, and so was Festivus.
Yeah.
But now there's going to be a Festivus pole that's going to be put up at the Capitol in Tallahassee next to the nativity scene, and it's made of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer cans.
PBR, baby.
PBR. And it's meant to point to the necessity of separating church and state. Why, I don't know. They should put a Kwanzaa thing up. They should put a Festivus thing up. They should put a nativity scene. They should put up the menorah.
Put up a broom for the Wiccans.
Do everything you want. More the merrier. I think it's a good idea. Here to talk about it is the man who got who went and got the permit to put it up. And he did it. Yes, he certainly did. It's Chaz Stevens, a South Florida political blogger. Good morning to you, Chaz.
Good morning, Jimmy. Happy Festivus and go Fins.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me why you decided to do this in trying to point to the importance of separating church and state, not something else.
Well, here's the thing, Jimmy. Well, Festivus actually was made in the 1900s, so let's back up for that little bit of data there. It's just pointing out, in my mind, the ridiculousness of blending of church and state, of putting religious displays inside a governmental building. So what I did in Deerfield Beach 2 years ago, I put up a Festivus pole. This year, Deerfield denied any religious displays on city property, and maybe next year, the state of Florida will say the same thing and say no more religious displays. In that case, it's mission accomplished.
Well, what about all the other combination of church and state that we have every day that's so very obvious? So why don't you go after something that's really meaningful?
You mean like on the back of a dollar bill that says "In God We Trust"?
Yeah, or any Capitol building when you walk in, or how about the Senate having a prayer said before the beginning of a session, or when we have the inauguration of our president, that there's someone stands up there and says a prayer? What about those things?
You want to join me on that project?
No. See, because I think we've misread. By the way, there's nowhere in the Constitution that asks for the separation of church and state. Those were letters that were written by some of our founding fathers, but and said by the court. But my point with the idea of the separation of church and state was so that the government wouldn't tell you which religion to be a part of, like the Church of England, not be a part of a religion.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And it actually is, what it says is the government can't choose one religion over another. However, what we found is the fact that the government subtly chooses one religion over the other, usually Christianity. So I'm just pointing out to the fact that we need to be diverse. We need to accept all or none. And usually when they don't like the fact that others, such as myself, come on, they choose none. So either way, it's a win for me.
No, I don't think it's a win for you, but I really don't. I think you're whistling in the dark, but but to each his own. You got a lot of time in your hands, do you?
Jimmy, they're talking about me in Australia. I'm whistling in the dark. How's that not a win? I brought
because it's
attention to this internationally. How's that not a win?
It's self-aggrandizement. That's all it is. I mean, nobody really cares that there's this Festivus pole in the Capitol. They really don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, I've been accused of being self-aggrandizing. That is absolutely true. But
that's true. No, I mean, but that's what it is. It's, I think people in Australia are thinking, what's wrong? What's wrong with this guy? I think probably that's it, but I could be wrong.
Listen, you know what the Buddhists have taught me? I don't worry about what others think of me. That's none of my business. So the point is, I'm here on your show, and the point is, I'll be on NPR talking about this. So there's obviously something to this, right? I'm here, I'm talking to you. So there's some meat to the story, I'm thinking.
I don't see it that way. I think it's more of it's kind of an oddity. Yeah, I guess that's it. We do a lot of things in media. They're oddities, and I think this represents that. But
And I agree with you. This is a very ridiculous statement of mine. I agree, 100%.
No, I'm with you.
About it.
Well, I wish you'd go after it with some more meat to it in future years and try to do it that way. But God bless you. Anyway, thanks very much, Jess. Appreciate it. Good luck to it.
Thank you, sir.
See you now. You know what I mean?
See, he understands that the whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He was saying when I spoke to him last night, he said, I can't believe they even let me put this ridiculous pole up in there.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like, but if you're going to do something on an issue that you think important, do something that has some meat to it. Don't do something frivolous.